Hello, I just got back from work. I thought I would hop on here and do something a little bit new. I obviously post a lot. I post my morning analysis, I post my trade recaps, I post talking about my life and my psychology side of things and my mindset and how it's evolving over time. But I wanted to actually show you guys what happens when I get home from work because I work between 8 and 4 p.m. every day. Oh, not every day, but 3 times a week. And when I get home, I usually check the charts. It's 4:20. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've got my concept market update podcast on there, but it's 4:21, and I come home from work and I'll hop on the charts and I'll analyze it, and I'll show you guys basically what I go through. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'll try and keep it nice and short, but so we're on the 1 hour chart here. I always look at it on 1 hour chart first to see like the overall what's happening. So we've retraced back over to this level, so I'm just going to mark that out. I'm not going to label it, I'm just going to mark it out. Not too big, not too small. Clearly retraced. We haven't gone all the way back down, but we've also made a lower high. So I'm just going to label it so everything's super clear. So we've got a lower low here, and we've got a higher low here. So what we're always going to see, we're going to see bullish structure after bearish structure. So say right now we're looking at a bearish ICC setup. Now, just want to let you guys know, I'm not a pro, but this is just what I see. As a beginner that's been trading ICC and learning ICT for probably about 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, I honestly have to look into it again because I don't actually know when I started learning ICC, but this is a beginner that's not been doing it for the longest time in the world, so if I get things wrong, then bear with me please, but this is what I see. So we clearly have let me get rid of this, hold on. We have a bearish ICC structure. Price has made this high, made this swing low in this consolidation. This obviously is not tradable. You wouldn't trade this typically, but it's made a low here. We can see that price is broken below this low, so it's made an indication here. It's made a correction, made a lower high, even though it's barely a lower high. That's why I never even considered doing this trade because it just retraced so much to the point where it almost made a new high. It made a lower high here, and then it made a continuation back past this level. This is where you would typically enter an ICC setup, back to this level. You would typically enter it here. This is a really, really bad example because I wouldn't take this trade. And you can see it's negative RR from what you'd get, but you also want to see bullish structure on the lower time frame here. So there's a little bit more that goes into when you decide to actually enter into a trade. But if we're looking at it again, price has made another ICC structure. So this is the new swing low. So price made an indication, which is what we've got today, back down to this level here. This is that 3944 level. And then it's done a retracement, but it never retraced back to this level. So what I would have wanted to see is for price to retrace back to this level, forming bullish structure before it forms the bearish structure to the continuation. So price has made a lower low here, it's made a higher low, it's made a high here. So I want to see if price makes a higher high and goes past this level, makes another high low. Maybe it just goes straight down, but I want to see it cross past this previous swing low. And then I want to see price make some bullish structure so I can take a trade back down to this level if I want to take a short today. But what we can see here is price is making that bullish structure to do that continuation back up to this level. Oh my gosh, my English right now, I can't. But basically, I can't speak. Basically, what I would do is I would have an alert set at this new swing high that we have on the 1 hour chart, because I'd want to know when price gets back to this level, is it going to push to this level, or is it going to, I don't know, it could do anything. You know, it could consolidate, it could go back down, it could do whatever it wants to do, so that's fine. But I'm also going to set an alert here, because I want to know when price retraces back down to that previous swing low, which when I talk about my previous swing low, let's get a little, sure, no, I don't have one on there, hold on, bear with me please. Okay, we've got this swing point here, and guys, I had to stop recording because my little sister came in and she wanted to talk to me. Yeah, we can see that price is forming that bullish structure before it retraces back to this level. So I've set an alert here. It's back at this previous swing low, which I've now circled. And yeah, price is making a high here. So what did I do? Okay, I'm gonna put this as the high. and then I want to see price make a higher high, make bullish structure towards this level, and then I'll reassess, see basically what happens. But this is what I would do every single time I come back home from work. Sometimes I'll scale down to a lower time frame to get a little bit more information, and I'm glad that I did. I am definitely glad that I did, because if we look at it with more information, because if we look here, the movement looks pretty clean, because we've got, I think what's most deceiving about this is we've got the wicks here. So I'll just show you what I mean. This candle right here, I'm going to delete that. Look at that area. We've got this like candle, what's this called, a shooting star, and we've got another one here. So it looks to me, when I'm looking at the 1 hour, it looks very, very clear that it's forming higher lows. But then when you go back down to the 15-minute, I'm so glad that I did that. You can literally see that basically it's a lot clearer that we're actually in what looks like consolidation. So now with the more information, it's still in principle, according to the strategy, we have still made a higher low here, and we still made a new high here. We want to see price still push back past this high to make a full correction back to this level. However, with the new information that I've gotten from the 15-minute chart, I can see that, okay, price has made a very, very clean bullish structure up until this level. It's made higher highs. It's made a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and then it's made the most cleanest, what's called, bearish structure. It's made a low, it's made a lower high, it's made a lower low, it's made a lower high, and it's made a higher low, higher high. Is price just going to continue to consolidate? That's what I want to know now. Now that I'm seeing more information on what's going on, is price just going to consolidate? Because it looks like price is retracing back to pretty much where Asia open was. So let's see, if we look at the daily time frame, you can see that price is quite close to where the day opened. But if we look at the 4 hour, I feel like the 4 hour will be more clear. See, we've literally just made, what's this called? Basically it's almost like a doji candle. I think it's a doji candle. I don't want to be saying the wrong things, but don't double check that terminology is right. But we've formed 2 doji candles here, so price has not really moved anywhere. So from all the information on the 15-minute, we can kind of see that we're in consolidation. If we look at the volume, I had someone in my last video say that I shouldn't use the volume indicator. The reason why I choose this indicator to use is because it gives you more information than the charts can give you. The charts can't show you how much volume is in the market at a time. Only the volume indicator can. And there's so many different volume indicators. Let me show you guys some. There's this one where you can put range and you can see like, okay, there's pretty much equal buyers and sellers sitting here at this level. Volume just gives you something that price action can't really give you. So that's why I have the volume indicator. But we can see there's a lot of seller volume, but everything's pretty equal. I don't know. I'm particularly not very good at analyzing the volume charts. That's why they confuse me so much. So I want to learn a little bit more before I choose to completely wipe it off of my screen. But potentially I should get rid of it. I don't know yet. But yeah, we can see there's not really any. I feel like sellers look like they're most in control when you look at the volume, because look at all that seller volume here, seller volume here. But at the same time, if we're looking at the charts itself, it's pretty much a fight for where price is going to go. So we could almost call these equal lows here, because price is pretty much getting to this level and we know that buyers are here. So I just really write these on the chart so that when I go away and I kind of forget about what's going on, I can know when I get onto the chart straight away. And then we know that sellers are sitting here. Let me go to the 1 hour, be easier. Okay, so we know that sellers are sitting here. Now, usually I just have these in my head, but I'm going to write them down for the video purposes and for my own clarity purposes. We can see that London's just about opened, and it's obviously pushing up quite significantly. We've got massive seller volume here. Well, when prices like this, it looked pretty massive, but it's not too significant. But we've got seller volume sitting here. Buyers have kicked back in. It's not gone past this volume, but anyway, I'm over analyzing the volume because it confuses me. But yeah, we can see that price is pushing bullish, it's making bullish structure. But what I want to know is price going to continue to consolidate in this area, or is it going to push up here and is it going to make a higher high? Because all of this here is all internal structure. To make, this is way too long, to make a high, a bullish uptrend, you need all of this internal structure to get price to move anywhere. price is going to go like that, right? So that's what's going on here. That's why I always start on the high time frame to see what's going on overall, because the candles still do matter. Like these candles here, it's not like they don't matter just because we've gone down into the 15-minute, but we're just getting more of a perspective on 15-minute. So 15-minute looks like it's consolidating. I'm going to write this down. 15-minute is consolidating. 1 hour is forming bullish structure for the correction for the bearish ICC movement. But anyway, we'll see what I actually end up doing, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, because again, this is what I mean when I say price isn't showing me anything. Price isn't showing me, is it going to go up, is it going to go down? Like, it's not showing me anything, it's not giving me an entry at all. So I'm just going to wait. It's 12:30 my time, so London's just opened, New York doesn't open for a minute, so, and it's also a Friday, so I want to take into consideration that it's also a Friday. So if price isn't moving cleanly, probably not going to take a trade. If price isn't moving cleanly, I won't trade anyway. But if I get to my setup and price is still doing what it's doing, where it's basically going like this to get up, price isn't moving very fast, so I don't want to take that type of correction. Do you see what I mean? It's like, I don't want to take that type of correction. ICC setup, and I'll just wait for another day, because market always presents opportunity. But this is what a midday check-in basically looks like. I don't know what I'm going to title this video, because it's not a trade recap, it's not a morning analysis, it's just like a little bit of a check-in on my setup. But yeah, I just said I'd add this on my channel, and I just kind of wanted to film it for some reason. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how your trading day is going, if you guys took any trades today, and good luck in New York session. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys later.